New funding will be provided to improve the services which support victims of terrorism, the Home Office has announced today, Tuesday 13 October. £500,000 will be split equally between 4 successful bidders following the conclusion of a competitive fund which was announced by the Home Secretary in March. Victim Support, South London and Maudsley NHS Trust, Cruse Bereavement Care and the Peace Foundation will each receive £125,000 to provide advice and support to those who have been affected by terrorist attacks. Home Secretary Priti Patel said, "I am determined to make sure that victims of terrorism receive the support they deserve, as soon as they need it. This new funding is so important to provide more care and specialist advice to those up and down the country who have suffered trauma as a result of terrorism." Bidders to the fund will now draw on their expertise to provide a range of specialist advice and support to individuals who have experienced a terrorist attack, either in the UK or abroad. Victim Support will run a 24-hour assessment service which will ensure each person receives tailored help after being impacted by terrorism. Diana Fawcett, Chief Executive, Victim Support said, "We know for those affected, terror attacks can have a significant and often life-changing impact. Support is vital from the immediate aftermath of an incident, and we welcome this funding that will enable us to further strengthen the range of specialist support services that we provide to survivors." South London and Maudsley NHS Trust will provide specialist clinical mental health screening and therapy. David Bradley, Chief Executive, South London and Maudsley NHS Foundation Trust said, "We are pleased this funding will enable us to offer vital specialist care and support to people who have been affected by a terror incident. We know people are resilient but traumatic events can have a lasting impact. We want to help people who may be struggling to cope and who may benefit from professional mental health support." Cruse Bereavement will provide specialist bereavement support for victims who would not otherwise be eligible through the existing homicide service, such as witnesses and first responders. Stephen Wibberley, CEO, Cruse Bereavement Care said, "This vital funding will enable us to provide expert bereavement support to victims of terrorism, immediately at the scene and long term. This is a crucial step forward to recognize the complex needs of those affected by such traumatic events." The Peace Foundation's UK-wide service will focus on providing a long-term peer support network for victims of terrorism, connecting them to others who have had similar experiences. Nick Taylor, Chief Executive, the Peace Foundation said, "Over 2 decades we have developed a unique peer-to-peer approach to help people share their experiences, receive specialist advice, and improve health and well-being. This Home Office funding is welcome and helps secure the Peace Foundation service and, along with the other victim support partner organizations, will strengthen the support available for those people affected by terrorism." Today's announcement is part of the Home Secretary's efforts to improve support for victims of terrorism and follows a commitment to carry out a comprehensive internal review of the support available.